are the first things you should say to someone who's supposedly your mother that you've never met? Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Marie here from Just Live Your Thoughts. Today guys, I'm going to do a sit down or a story time with you. So if you are a follower on my IG or my Instagram, you guys would know that I posted an IG story of 2 babies and I said, did you guys know that I have a twin? Now you do. I'll post the IG story here so that you guys can see. And majority of you guys actually wanted a story time of it, so I'm really excited to share with you guys this story. Now yes, I know that I don't usually share my personal life with you, or if there's something personal that I've shared with you guys, it would only just be about Marco and me. Because I guess this channel was open because of how me and Marco started. Like I was processing Italian Filipino documents. But besides that, I never really shared my personal life with you. And I kind of thought, you know, why not share this part of your life? Because it could inspire others, and also maybe there's someone out there, or I'm pretty sure there's someone out there who's experiencing this or who have experienced this and, you know, may take this story as an inspiration. But I'm just gonna take a step back and just give you a little summary of where I'm from. So I'm from Batangas and I grew up overseas in Papua New Guinea. So I lived with my dad, my mom, and my brother. We lived in Papua New Guinea because my mom was a teacher there, and we spent most of my life there. I mean, I did most of my elementary days there, and then the only time I went back to the Philippines, I did my high school and finished off my 4th year high school. And the reason why we went back to the Philippines was because my mom passed away. So I'm gonna fast forward a bit. There was just something that I did that really pissed off my dad. So when that time came that I had to meet him, after him knowing what I did, there was just 2 sentences that he said to me that really changed my life forever. His first words were, "This is the only thing I can say to you, pal. You are adopted." And so I'm kind of like, what? Wait, what? Like, I was so confused. First, I thought maybe he's joking, but then again, no, this is like a very serious situation. And then I thought maybe he's just saying this out of anger. I realized it wasn't a joke when my dad couldn't look at me anymore. So that's when I knew, and that's when I started crying, and I kind of thought, well, shit. How could I not know this? I mean, out of like the 17 years of existence back then, I did not feel like as someone adopted. Like I couldn't feel it at all. Like I knew, deep inside, I knew that I was their daughter. And you know, I guess when someone raises you so well in a great family and they do anything for you, you don't really feel anything. Like you don't question anything. So I never felt that I was adopted. I always felt like I was their own. So fast forward, you know, I accepted it and I'm kind of like, okay, well, I guess that's it. Yeah, thanks for telling me. But you know, I never felt like this rebellious type of like, why didn't you tell me before? How could you do this to me? You know, like a typical, you know, someone would do this. Like in my head, I just kind of thought, why would you be rebellious when you were raised in such a great family? You were able to live overseas, you went to an international school, they took care of you like their own daughter. So for me, it just kind of hurt. Not that because I felt betrayed, but maybe because I felt kind of stupid. I guess that's it. I kind of felt stupid because everyone else knew. Like my whole family knew, my father's side knew, my mother's side knew, like everyone knew except for me. I mean, neighbors knew about it and I didn't know about it. So I kind of felt stupid at that time, but I never felt anger against my parents. I never felt anger against my family. Let's just fast forward a bit. You know, I kind of moved on thinking that I was adopted, but I never felt rebellious. I didn't go against my dad, blah, 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 blah. And then I kind of started asking around. This was around maybe early 20s, like I said. I started asking around and, you know, people started telling me that this is your twin brother. So all along, my twin brother, whom I thought was my cousin because, you know, I would see him like, cause I thought he was my cousin. So he was actually my twin brother. My mom's sister's family adopted him. I knew him as my cousin, but people are saying that he is my twin brother. So back then I didn't really think of, you know, I wonder who my biological parents are. I wonder where they are. I never thought that until I turned 28. 28 was last year. No, I'm kidding. No, 28 was not last year. So at the age of 28, I kind of thought, I wonder who my biological parents are. You kind of think at this age, I don't know why I thought this, you kind of think at this age like, I wonder who I look like. I wonder why my eyebrows are like so thick. I wonder who I got that from. You kind of start thinking because you've accepted the fact that you're adopted and you didn't feel any anger, but this is just like curiosity now. You are just so curious to find out where you are really from. And so me being me, I started asking around. I started asking my cousins like where my twin brother was. And I asked them if they, could provide me any name. They were able to give me the name of my mother, my biological mom. I immediately searched on Facebook and unfortunately, I couldn't find her. So I went back to my cousin and I told her I can't find her. Maybe she doesn't have Facebook. And my cousin kind of told me that maybe you can search this name instead because this is their neighbor back in the days. So I'm kind of like thinking, okay, what are the chances they're still living in the same city or the same town? So I searched the lady's name and like there were so many options. She had a very, very like typical Filipino name and a last name. So there was like so many results and I just chose one. And that one responded to me and she was the one I was looking for. And I told her, hello, do you know this person's name? And I said my biological mom's name. And she knew right away. She's like, are you one of the twins? So I was like, oh my goodness. So she knows her. So she must know where she is. And unfortunately, she didn't know where my biological mom was because they had, I think the place where they were living at was demolished and they just went on their separate ways. And this lady went back to her province. So at that time, I'm kind of like thinking, okay, that's it. I am done with this. Like, I'm not gonna stress out. If, God doesn't want me to find my biological mom, I'm not gonna force it because I have done my part. I tried, but, it's just leading me nowhere. So I kind of thought I'm done searching. After a month, I received a message on my Facebook and she said, Nanay wants to know how you're doing. So Nanay means mother. And I said, who are you? Like, I'm so bitchy sometimes. And she said, my mom's name. Like out of the blue, guys, out of the blue, this person messages me. I don't know why. It's impossible for the lady that I contacted that she messaged this girl who happens to be my half sister. But yeah, like it's just crazy to think that if you really let it happen the way God has planned for you, it will happen that way. And I think that's what I really learned throughout this. Like, you can't really force things. If it's not meant to be at that time, don't force it because God always has the time, the perfect time for it. And so I said, wait, you're my half sister? And she said, yeah, blah, 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 blah. And I said, can you send me a picture of her? Because I kind of wanted to know what she looked like, right? Maybe she's just joking and then she's playing around with me. And as soon as I saw her picture, guys, I knew that she was my biological mom. I could see the resemblance in us. And so after chatting to my half-sister, she gave me my biological mom's number and I contacted her in my office where I was working before. And as the phone was ringing, I'm kind of like thinking, crap, what am I gonna say? Like, what are the first things you should say to someone who's supposedly your mother that you've never met? What name am I supposed to introduce myself? Like, how does she know me as? There were 50 questions running through my head when the phone was ringing and someone finally picked up. And I said, hello, this is Pauline. So everyone in the Philippines calls me Pau or Pauline. That's how everyone knows me as, except for the people I've worked with, they either call me Victoria or Maria. So yes, I have 3 names, Maria, Victoria, Pauline. And so I decided to use that name. I said, this is Pauline. And she just started crying. She knew. She knew it was me, mostly because, of course, my half-sister probably told her that she gave me her number. So she just started crying and she started to say, I'm sorry. I told her, there's no need to be sorry because what for? Like, what are you saying sorry for? I grew up in a great family and I didn't mean, to go slap her in the face with that, but it's the honest truth. Like, I grew up in a great family. So there's no need to be sorry. After that, we started texting each other because I had her number already. One day, I found out that my half-sister was hospitalized because she had problems with her kidney. I feel like I have to see them. So I went to the hospital and I waited outside. So I texted her and I said, I'm here. And then it was a funny story because there was this other old lady and she was sitting down, maybe a little farther away from me. She comes close to me, she's like, are you? And then like out of coincidence, she's also looking or waiting for someone. So I'm like, no, I'm not. Finally, my biological mom comes out of the door and she's shorter than me. So she's up to here. And she looked at me, she held me like this, she started crying. And she said, I can't believe that a baby raised with So is like when you boil rice and you get the water and you give it to the baby so that they get nutrients. Like, this is what's done in the Philippines if you don't have, like, money. So this is what we call So she said, I can't believe that an baby looks beautiful when they grow up. So she kind of made a joke about it. So yeah, that was the night that we met each other. I got to know her better and see that, she has a sense of humor, and that's where I got it from. And then she told me that I have a real name. Like, she named me this, and that Maria Victoria Pauline, this was actually a name given to me by my mom and dad who raised me. And my parents, I can't say someone who raised me, because to me, there will always be my parents. My real name is Joanne. So I don't know if that, like, if you look at me, do I look like it's Joanne to you? And I think my twin brother's name is Jonathan. If I look at it, at this time, and even when I met her, I think if this woman did not give me away, I wouldn't be where I'm at. Like, the person who I am today, this wouldn't be me. I wouldn't probably have met Marco. I probably wouldn't have learned English this good. I'm not saying that I'm good or anything, but I wouldn't have been able to grow up overseas. I wouldn't have been able to, go to a great school. There's so many things to be grateful for that there is no need to be upset at that person. So if you're in a situation as me and you feel this anger, there is no need. They have their reasons. And I told her that there's no need to be sorry because you had your reason, and whatever it is, I forgive you. For me, my parents will always be my parents. My dad and my mom, they will always be my parents. I feel that I have my parents who adopted me, and I have a real mother, a biological mom. What more can I ask for? These people love me, and that's all that matters. That is all that matters, and I am incredibly happy. I hope this story inspires you guys in some way. It's a story that I would want to tell anyone. For me, I didn't have to tell you this. Like, you guys are strangers to me. Like, sorry to say that. That sounded like wrong, but you guys are, I've never met you guys. Like, the only thing you see is me talking to you in the video. I didn't have to share this story with you guys, but I wanted to, because I wanted it to inspire you guys that there are a lot of people out there who have their reasons why they have to do things for other people's happiness and for other people's lives. And that is the end of my story time. So if you guys like this video, please go ahead and give it a thumbs up, and also if you can support me by clicking on that subscribe button, and also don't forget to click on that notification bell just so that you are updated with my vlogs and videos. So thank you guys for watching. Once again, I am very, very grateful for you guys. I will see you on the next video. Bye for now.